Joe. Not that one. This one. Which one do we do? Well, I mean, we could do that. That's boring. Let's do Joe in his trousers. Is he going to be as easy as the previous Joe? Yes. Oh, I do have the fourth stance. The fourth. Well, I guess the fourth. The fourth we've seen. The knockout stance, which is, I'll show it off. It's pretty cool. It's alright. Oh my god. Yeah, if you knock someone down with it, they go like fucking flying, and it's really, really fun. It's kind of useless though. I'm sure there's uses for it. Like it probably knocks opponents down quicker or something, this, that, or the other. But to be honest, I don't really use it much because it's slow and you get punished. The enemies don't even really use it most of the time because it's just so bad. So why not? Oh, actually, let's check. Nah, it's the same as... Yeah, it's the same as normal one. But it's not as good as this one. Oh, yeah. That's my favorite thing in the world. You see why you just do nothing other than just this? Why would you do anything other than this? Look at that again. The RNG. The RNG Nishi had in my first video of this where he just kept killing me. It's actually like the... maybe not as bad, but almost as bad as the Itokajuku game for the PS2. Which, again, it's like... Why are there so many of these like anime, like old anime, that are so perfect for a fighting game, and they get a fighting game, or in the case of stuff like Baki, well actually no, Baki did get a fighting game. They get a fighting game, and it is the biggest piece of dog shit you've ever seen and played in your life. Baki has a fighting game. It's called Fighting Fury, in Europe. It's for the PS2, and it is the biggest piece of shit you could ever play. It is genuinely one of the worst fighting games of all time. I'm gonna do a video on it at some point. Maybe after I finish recording this. It is fucking dreadful. It is such a bad game. But like Baki would make such a good fighting game. I was speaking to a friend a couple of years ago, saying like, I would love to see, if not a Baki fighting game, it'd be like Tekken, because you know it's all like martial arts and stuff. Tekken's obviously very martial arty and whatever. It would be perfect. If not that, like a Yakuza style game. I hate the Yakuza games, I'll be honest. I hate playing the Yakuza games. I think the combat in them is really shit, and I just don't care about most of it. I know it's like, why play them then? Like, you know, why play them if you don't like the sub-stories and stuff? It's like, well, I played Zero, really enjoyed it. Played K1 and K2, really enjoyed them. And then it's at that point, I was like, oh, I don't really like all this shit. It's like, I've done 3 of the games. I might as well do the rest of them. And I did. I've beaten all of them. Well, all of them. 0 through to 6. I've beaten. There we go. Yeah, I've beaten them 0 through 6. Because it's like, well, I've done 3 of them. I might as well do them all. I think it's when I got to 4 or 5. Maybe even 3, actually. When I was like, oh, I hate the dumb bullshit. Although it might have been actually when I was doing K1. And I did the Majima Everywhere system. And I'm like, oh, it's funny, but the more you play them, the more it's like... I'd rather just have a good storyline than all like this dumb bullshit. Some of the dumb bullshit's really good, but some of it's just really, really boring and shit. And then that's all they market it on. All they market Yakuza on is like, you know, oh, it's dumb bullshit. It's like, well, you know, which is dumb because I love Saints Row 2 and it's the same thing. It's a mixture of like seriousness and dumb bullshit, but like, I don't know. I think I prefer Saints Row 2 more because it's a sandbox. It's a tiny sandbox, but it's a sandbox nonetheless. Yakuza's not. It's like you just walk around a bit. I remember when I first played Yakuza 0, I actually typed in, when do you unlock free roam? Because I thought Premium Adventure was like a free roam thing. Like, oh, I get to go outside of this little city and drive around and shit. I was expecting the Yakuza to be like Sleeping Dogs. Or whatever it is. These are Sleeping Dogs. I was expecting it to be like that. Because I'm like, wow, that'd be really cool. But no, it's not. And it's like, oh, this is kind of shit. It's kind of shit, actually. Sorry, back to the original point. Animes that should have good fighting games. Itokajuku is all about fighting. Should have a good fighting game. Ashita no Joe, Baki should have fighting games that are good and fun. But no. None of them have it. This is the Ashita J fighting game. There's a Game Boy Advance version of this, which is like still just whatever. I mean, even like Kinnikuman. Kinnikuman has like the Grand Prix games. I think are pretty good. I like the Grand Prix games. I wouldn't say they're like the best fighting games in the world, but like they're good. It's really only been like Dragon Ball that's had like good fighting game treatment. Like Dragon Ball FighterZ is so good. Really good game. The Budokai games are really fun. I played the shit out of Burst Limit and Raging Blast 2 as a kid. Tenkaichi 3, I'm not good at it. I'm good when I'm decent when I'm not fighting Red Patara, but like, you know, yeah, it's just a shame, man. You've got these franchises that would be perfect for fighting games, and like, they're all shit. They're all so bad. What's the point? World's baldest man. God. My hairline. I know I said in the first video, I know a guy who looks like this. Yeah, this is also my hairline. Like this, just embrace it. Ooh! Secret unique cutscene. Special cross counter when you're against the ropes. Doesn't do anything different. Just looks cool. I like this Mario Odyssey. Gusty Garden. Is it? No, not Gusty Garden. That's Galaxy 2, I think. Galaxy 1, Galaxy 2. Steam Gardens and Gene's Rockabye from God Hand. Good vibes. Good vibes. Because it's like, you can have up to 15 rounds, but realistically, fights will not really be lasting longer than 3 at most. Same with story mode. There is so many cutscenes in story mode that you'll just never see. Because like, especially for like the last fight with Jose, the game would expect you to probably go the full 15 rounds, but it's like, you can beat him by round 1. And skip all of this all the cutscenes. All of the effort that's been put into this game can just be skipped because of how like simple the game is. It's such a shame. Clearly there's passion in this game. Like the music is all really good. It's composed just for the game. It's sick. It has songs from the anime season 1. No Ichiro Araki stuff, which is kind of shit. Certainly nothing by Joe Yamanaka, because that would be probably even harder to get a hold of. They do have the Rikishi theme, the vocal version, which is very, very sick. The effort has been put into this game, just not in the right places. Like, again, what is this move? Yeah, it's given birth to this, which is really cool. But, like, what is the point of doing that? You gain nothing from it. You can't attack out of it. There aren't unique attacks from you, you know, going into this, like, little sway animation. Or bob and weave, whatever it is, this weaving animation. So, like, what's the point? The game doesn't really tell. I don't think the game ever tells you that you can do it. Probably because it's so useless. The game's like, why would the game tell you how to do this move? It's totally pointless. I found it out by accident when I was recording like a speed run for this game. That's the thing. Speedrunning this game, it's shit. I think I said it in the first video. The SNES game, speedrun that. Super fun. The PS2 game, don't speedrun it. It's dog shit. This game is not worth it to speedrun. It's not fun. There's no strats to it. There's no tech to it. It's just shit. It's just really shit. Like, I've done runs, quote unquote, which the strategies I'm using here is basically what I do for the runs. This is all you do in the game to do it like quickly. Forget everything else. Just run in, spam uppercuts, occasionally body blows, mostly uppercuts. That's it. There's nothing smart. There's nothing clever. There's nothing intelligent about it. It's just, it's terrible. This is by no means the worst game I've ever played. I've played worse. I just don't like this game because I really love Ashita no Joe. I love the story. I love the series. But like, maybe it's that. Maybe it's the disappointment. Like, and there's quite a few Ashita no Joe games. There's quite a few of them. Like, spanning for a while. To the arcades, to the PS2 days, and some, you know, pachinko stuff as well. I believe he's dead, regardless of what people are like. It's like, you can't die in a sitting position. Well, yeah, but also it's fake. It could just be like a dramatic shot they drew. You don't know. That's the last shot you ever see. That could just be the position he's in, and then he could slump over and fall on the floor. You know, he could die then. We don't need to see, like, a funeral for him. You know, we didn't see all this bullshit. It's like, to me, I think Joey's dead. Because I think the story works if Joey's dead. It's like Cowboy Bebop. How people are like, Spike's not dead. Because it's ambiguous. Well, yeah, fair enough. That's the point of the ending. It's like, is he dead, is he not? I know there's a thing like, I think a star fades out at the end of the episode or something like that. Kind of like trying to imply that he's dead. But then people, I'd be like, oh, it's Vicious who's dead. Or Julia. Or like, it's his dream that's dead. You know, because he can't go and live with Julia. The most boring character. Like, Cowboy Bebop, Ashita no Joe, the endings, to me, I think are more interesting if it's like, oh, the character dies. Cool, I like that. That's fun. It's not fun, it's depressing, but it's fun. If it's like, the ending of Joe makes you feel so sad that you've gone the whole story with this guy, watching him like grow up and mature, and then it ends with him dying, doing the only thing that Joe thought he could do in his life, which was fighting, which is really sad. It's a really sad story. But then to be like, oh, he's alive. It's like, well, yeah, but at what cost? Because in a way, even if he's not like physically dead, he's mentally dead. Because he's not going to be able to fight. He's gone blind in one eye. He's got CTE. He won't be allowed to fight anymore. So either way, even if he's alive, it's like Joe's life is fighting. Joey's a fighter through and through. What's he going to do if he can't fight? He's not going to want to train people. He's probably not going to want to settle down with anyone. Like, maybe? Maybe. I mean, yeah, I would like to see Joe have a happy ending. It would be nice, but also, that's just not the way it is. I get the Harama arc. It's like the Ali Jr. arc in Baki, where it's like, it feels unnecessary, but I think the Ali Jr. arc is better than the Harama arc in Ashita no Joe. I genuinely believe that. Because, like, the Ali Jr. arc at least has a purpose. Story-wise purpose. But, like, the Harama arc is just a waste of time. It's a complete waste of time. And that's the whole point of it. Is that it's a waste. And all it does is, like, speed up Joe's CTE. And then Yoko's like, oh my god, I've done this, that's so terrible. And that's the point. Because I swear Harama's ranked. I swear he's a ranked boxer in Asia. It's why really, in Ashita no Joe, there's like 3 big antagonists, or 3 big opponents. There's Rikishi, there's Carlos, and there's Jose. And everyone else in between is whatever. Like, I mean, between whatever, you've got like, who are we missing out? Wolf? Before Rikishi, but kind of not really. But in the midst, between Juvie and obviously the bantamweight Rikishi, the Starvation arc, let's say, between Rikishi and Carlos, I guess there's Tiger, and obviously between Carlos and Jose, there's like what? Fucking what's it called? Kim. There's Kim. There's Haramao. There's Best Boy Leon Smiley, who has the worst death, like actually the worst death out of anyone in the game, anyone in the series. I know Leon's before Harama, but I mean, come on. Poor Leon Smiley. I wish he was in this game. I know it's non-canon, but like, I wish he was in this game. Just because. Get rid of Joe 2, and then just have Smiley, Leon Smiley. That's all I'm saying. Oh, Joe, having a big sit. Classic.